Hello, everyone, and welcome to Chilling Hellenists. This is your host, Elena Carroll. I'm joined by B, the Hellenist Witch. B, how are you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
Not high enough.
It's a great answer. That is.
Oh my god. Let's see here. I just want to make sure that our yeah, it's marking us as tarot again. Chatting.
That's tomorrow.
Oh, it didn't. There we go. Yeah, that is tomorrow, actually. Streaming now. Hold on, let me just also at Twitch.
Hi, Griffin. I see you in the chat.
Hello. Hi, Griffin. I didn't put honey in my tea yet.
Oh no.
Let me see here. So we have like a bunch of questions. People asked us a bunch of questions. It was awesome. I didn't check even the I didn't check the Instagram yet, which Nathan was so lovely to post for my lazy butt.
Bless him.
Bless him, actually. Bless Nathan, because we have City Dionysia coming up, and Nathan I'm pretty sure Nathan built the amphitheater that it's on.
I'm
it's in
pretty
the
sure
Minecraft
he did.
server.
Ask Nathan.
No, we're
what?
saying
Hello, Nathan.
Hey Nathan, we're saying bless you. Did you start? Did you make the amphitheater? I'm pretty sure you made the Dionysus's temple in the Minecraft, right? Yeah. And at that Nathan was like, "Hey, what if we could do like a play in here a while ago?" And I was like, "Well, actually, for City Dionysia last year, Rio and I did the Bacchae." And
so it's
and then we were like,
now.
Huh? Yeah, I guess it's a tradition now.
Yeah.
To do the Bacchae in some form or fashion.
Why not? I mean, it's a great story, so.
It is, and I like the version that Rio picked too, because it's not too long.
Ooh.
Like, I think we did it in like 2 hours. Yeah.
That's not bad.
No, it wasn't bad at all. And Nathan was like, "I'll make the skins," and I'm like, "Okay." And then, and now Nathan's one of our Minecraft mods, and he's doing the social for me. So, thanks, Nathan.
I don't know if you guys noticed, I finally got my new computer in. You know what? That's fair. I got a new computer, so I probably look a hell of a lot better.
I was going to say you look a little clearer.
I know. I went from a 2015 to a 2022 computer, so that's exciting. Yeah, I had something ancient in technology stuff.
And also thanks for just, as Nathan pointed out, Cry volunteered, I think like last week or something like that, to help Nathan with the skins. So we have our bill of credits here going. We're getting there. Woo! And I'm sorry you're busy, Griffin Puff.
I know. I feel that. I am hoping with my new computer I'll be able to join some of the Minecraft stuff. I should be able to, because I got like a beast of a computer because work stuff and school stuff. It should be able to handle Minecraft, but like the Mac OS is not always compatible with games, so I feel like Minecraft has probably done that by now with some compatibility, but I know Mac is kind of they've had to.
Like,
because I mean I have it on my PlayStation. I have hot chocolate.
Ooh. I have decaf black tea and chamomile. I mixed it together.
Ooh.
But I do have something special because I went to a trip up to Fresno, and I got this wild. It's so good. And then I also got their orange blossom honey. I love honey so much. I go through
local
so
honey's
much
the
honey.
best for you. Local honey is the
local.
best.
This is
For
this is from a place called Bravo Farms up in Central California. And they get lots of local honeys. I actually bought them out of their orange blossom honey, the larger jars.
That's fantastic.
They were not cheap. I dropped like $100 on there,
no.
like in one day. Yeah, here's your price tag for this one. Where is it? There you guys go.
Yeah.
It's so bright.
Maybe.
It's like,
it is very bright.
There you go.
There we go.
That's actually not bad for this size.
For that size, good quality local honey, it's not that bad. For anyone who doesn't know, local honeys will actually really help with allergies because the bees are like pollinating things in your area. So
that makes so much sense.
Yeah, it's a lot better than like the fake. Well, it's not fake honey, but like the shitty stuff in the little bears. Support local beekeepers if you can.
Yeah,
it's worth it because like it'll help you feel better as well.
I will say that I normally majority of my honey. Come on, go on the thing. Majority of my honey I get from John's supermarket for $10 to $15 a gallon. Yeah, gallon, pound, gallon, gallon. It's a lot. Is it a gallon?
That is a lot.
It's okay. It's like this much honey. Okay, it's this much. It's like 4 of those things at least. So yeah, but that's the special place as my special place because I only go there occasionally when I'm going up to Fresno, which is 3 hours away to see my friend. So,
That's fair.
Nathan, my heart hurts. Do I not know? I think I know where you live. I'm going to send you some fucking honey, dude. Like, it's the least I can do. Jesus. Washington. Do I know where you live?
I love Washington.
I should just start writing down and collecting people's addresses who give me their address to ship them prizes.
That's not creepy.
It's so easy to find out where people live. I did that once in front of my friend in college. I don't have your address yet. I feel like this might be a challenge. Or you can just give it to me and I can just send you honey. Don't put it in the chat. Obviously.
Please do not in the chat. I love Washington.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So there's also different textures of honey too. And there's some honeys that crystallize easily. I don't know why, but they do. And then there is, I should just put contacts on so I don't have glare because I feel bad when I have glare.
I mean, I have a little glare too today.
So your computer's being better, but your internet's being shit. By the way, B.
I don't know why.
I
have no idea why.
It's freezing on you. Anyway.
That's so weird.
None of this has anything to do with the Hellenism except for praise Aphrodite, goddess of bees.
We got a bunch of snow today, so that might be why. But
what's the great news?
Yeah.
While I go collect the questions that we're supposed to be answering. Yeah.
I do remember. Mm-hmm.
Question is, does she remember what she said? Fortunately,
I don't remember what I said.
Oh.
Hopefully it was good. Hopefully it was good news.
I mean, he said great news, so we would assume.
I mean, I would assume so.
Hey, you don't have whatever it was that you tested for. Yay!
Woo! That's still really great news, though.
Woo. Okay, let me see here. I got questions.
Yep, I have my candle today called the Jarl's Chamber. Yeah.
Nice. Oh, the bad gene.
Yep. That's fair. All right, so the Jarl's
I'm gonna
Chamber.
Post the questions in the chat.
Please do. That will just make it easier
to far up.
Pop it up.
Yeah, it was a little far up. Do you want to start at the questions that were asked in the
Reddit post?
In the thing? Yeah.
Or in the server?
Yeah, the Reddit post are the ones that were asked in the server.
Cool. So I'm gonna light this and then we can get going.
Oh, you're gonna light that and I'll light this.
Yeah, this one is notes of musky cedarwood, warming orange, and sweet spices. This is like one of my favorite candles ever. Like, if you could bottle up the scent of passion, it would be this candle. I swear to you. I don't know what magic they put in, but it smells so good. Okay, so we're starting with.
Do you want to start with the ones from the server?
Yeah, we can do that.
That way we're going top down.
Yeah, I think that works.
Okay, and I have my activity feed up
going?
So I can check it. And what that means is that if someone like follows us, so if you haven't followed, please follow. Yeah. And you can also use Amazon Prime to subscribe if you've not subscribed. And actually, subs go into the Minecraft server. I don't think I've announced that officially before.
I don't think you have.
No. Okay. Someone. Okay, I got it. How? Boop. So we had this question, and I guess before we get to it, I'll do my little doobly-doo things, which is we do have the Bake coming up. We have Divination stream tomorrow, still with the Supernatural deck as I'm learning it, and Friday we have our book club. Saturday we have Minecraft, and we're gonna have some activities which I have to discuss with the mods for the Discord server for next week. Not like it's a rush or anything.
No.
And let's see if I can get. I forgot Lyra. Lyra. I don't know if Lyra's here. Probably not, but I'm gonna be asking.
I haven't seen her in the chat yet.
Might be able to assist us with playing some more games for. And B, you and I have to figure out.
That would be fun. We do. I'll ponder
like
that. I'm almost to spring break.
We did a drinking game for the Bake last year, actually.
Ooh.
Every time we thought it was something like one of the characters said something, sexual towards Dionysus or something like that. It was like drink.
Now the bad one.
Thank you. I just saw Nathan post something. All right, so we have this question: how would one go about a scheduled praying? I feel like this can be taken a variety of ways. Like, how does one go about like scheduling praying, or I'm gonna ask, how do you think this question should be answered? How do you think the question should go? Should it be how do you plan praying, or doing a regular what's the structure of a regular praying? Or I feel like those are the two ways. How do you schedule it, including it in your life, and then how do you do it a regular?
Yeah, that's kind of how I kind of took it. First of all, I'm going to say for me, I don't.
Which way though?
Scheduling it into your daily life.
Okay. Yes. That's what
First of all, I do not. I don't have it in me to schedule that kind of stuff because I'm lazy.
It's hard.
It's very hard. I do not keep a regular schedule. I have a planner that I use, but I don't use it to like time block or anything. I'll be like, I'm gonna do this specific thing from this hour to this hour because that drives me batshit crazy. So I don't do it.
What my calendar looks like. I can't do it, but that's what it looks like. Okay.
I know when I have like time things like classes that I have to go to, and then I just have a to-do list. I'm like, if I get to it today, great. And I like do my to-do list from like highest priority to lowest priority. And anything below a certain line, I'm like, if this doesn't happen today, it can just get moved to tomorrow. That's how I work. So I do not.
Yeah, I kind of the same thing. There's like a running to-do list. But so you're perfectly on time. A most sovereign lady. Thank you all. Give it up for Armada, most sovereign lady.
We literally just started this question.
We literally did. We just started it. So fun thing. When it comes to I'm gonna cheat now. I'm gonna plug my calendar as soon as I find it. It's on my desktop. Right behind this window. Hold on. Oh, I have my desktops on rotating pictures, and this one's of like a drawed kitten licking another like kitten. Aww. And I'm like, oh, I know, right?
That's so cute.
All right, I'm gonna put this over here so I can actually bring it up on the stream. Share screen. That one. Thank you. So one of the reasons that I designed this calendar the way I did was because of that very question. If we actually, let's go to this month. Hephaestus doesn't get enough love anyway. So I wanted something that I could put next to my altar or someplace in the house where I could just go there and be like, do like a quick hymn or prayer or something, right? That I could get and be like, oh, I can, include this into my day and this will be like devotional or whatever. And that is like one of the main reasons this is the way it is, right? This calendar. And in case you don't know, wait, I think I did a command for this calendar. Now I just have to remember how to type calendar. Nope, I did not. Okay, good to know. Well, if you go to the website, it's free to download if you want. So that was one of the main reasons that I did that. So this year we're working on it. We're working on daily like scheduled prayer or daily scheduled devotional time. Stop sharing because I'm streaming, not screaming. Screaming. There, I included that too.
There you go.
But that's something that I think a lot of us struggle with, doing like a daily devotional and I'm really trying. Excuse me. That's inappropriate, dude.
Yeah.
So for some reason, I actually don't know how to delete. Sovereign Lady, would you delete the comment, please? Wiz, it's not really cool to just jump in people's stream and like plug your own stuff. Don't know if you knew that. Don't know if you're a human, but if you are, please don't. You can ask and we can check it out. And if it's relevant to our viewers, then we'll plug you. So thank you. Thanks, most sovereign lady. Appreciated. So yeah, it is difficult, but I actually was thinking this morning about, because I get up before my partner. So, and I saw a bunch of things on TikTok about like how loving yourself and, how you talk to yourself. And I'm not very nice when I talk to myself. I'm always like, great job, Victoria. And I'm never congratulating myself for a good job. Okay. So I was thinking actually literally today about being like, you know what I should do? I should go and like, when I get up and, when you wash your face and stuff and like, look at myself and say, good morning, Victoria. Like, how are you today? Or like, whatever, something, maybe it's an affirmation. That would be a good idea for me to actually repeat the affirmations that we post once a week.
Nice plug.
Supposed to be on Sundays. Sometimes they end up on Mondays. There's a schedule. It's a loose schedule. And
like how we take our prayer.
Yes, like how we take our prayer. Exactly. It's not tea time. It's tea whenever. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. It's praying time somewhere. Oh my God, I should totally do that. It's praying time somewhere.
Please do that.
It's gonna go on a t-shirt. I need to write it down. I will forget.
Please do. We have that one, and I'll let you write that one down.
Yes.
But we also, I require drive-by prayer. I require that in my life.
Drive-by
prayer?
Oh my God, I do that too.
I think it was from like our first stream where I would be like, oh, it's raining. Run out and be like, hey, dude, okay, it's cold as fuck. Bye. And then just run back in. And you were like, oh my God, it's drive-by prayer. And I need that on a shirt. Just because it's hilarious.
Because, so I'll make 2 shirts. I'll make.
Please do.
One for the Hellenists, and then we're going to be nice. We're going to make one for our Christian Catholic brothers and sisters.
Ooh.
And siblings.
Love that.
Which will just be hands. The difference is one will have a bowl of fire or something like that. The other one will have hands. I'm working and dedicating things I do. Exactly. Devotional acts. Guys, my face is so itchy. Hold on. Well, I was on a camera call with my grandma the other day, and she kept and I'm like, at least I have cats. I have an excuse. Anyway, so yeah, I feel like it's a great thing. I actually haven't posted what I did the other day, but I talked about it on the stream, which was that I took my cleaner and I did the sigil or the symbol for Hestia on the floor. And then I mopped the floor. It's not going to go away until I stop touching my face. But yeah, that was the thing I've been, and you can do drive-by prayer too. That could be like a schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Technically it's not scheduled, but it is like a planned thing that I guess like you were saying, like, oh, if it's raining, you're going to do this. So you're going to do it, right? My main altar is in the hallway that's directly between the bedrooms and like the rest of the living room and dining room and kitchen. Or I guess it's just a living room and a kitchen. And so I have to pass it. Every time I pass it, I got into the habit and then I got out of it. And I'm sad to say that. I'm trying to get back into it of nodding every time I pass by it or touching it. And it's just kind of a, hey, version of praying.
I mean, I feel like it's just like an acknowledgement.
Was it like Fonzarelli or whatever? It was like, hey, like what character did that in a TV show?
I know what you're talking about. Like, I can picture it. But
I don't know what it is. You should do something like that line art. Gotta say A to the I like that. A to the gods.
You know what? The gods have been around for a long time. I think they would be like, you know what? I like this. At least some of them.
I'm gonna put that on a shirt with finger points.
Please.
I should at the end of on Sundays when I have my religious time, I should stream it showing you guys I'm actually doing the things.
It would keep you accountable.
It would keep me accountable, and I'm terrible about it. That's why I have everyone else that I like. Nathan caught me the other day. He messaged me and he's like, where's Adelphic Max and Victoria? And I was like, although I feel like it was probably less accusatory than that, but literally the next day I was like, I'm sorry, here, chuck it at you. And chucked it in the Discord server and I chucked it at Nathan. did an amazing job posting it, so I don't have to because I am not great at accountability, remembering shit. It's too much. We did. It was actually planned. I'm trying to plan these things like a month out. So I'm taking like the time and being like, okay, like here's all, and it's in a calendar. I just have to get it out there. That's why I have you. Hey, Nathan. But yeah. And then I guess I'm gonna quickly say this just so we can go over it because it's part of the questions that were in there too, which I think we're probably also gonna glaze over.
Yeah.
If this question is talking about how do you do a prayer that's like a regularly scheduled prayer, like like the libations monthly, to the different deities, there are templates out there. And there are hymns and stuff that you can use. And people have answered this question probably 300 times. Tea with the Gods has done it. I believe Alakai has done it. I know Barring the Ages has done it. I know Pick the Pagan's done it. But I'm just going to lay it out real quick. It's usually cleansing, opening, hey Hestia, person or people that you want to do like saying like hymns or whatever whoever you're saying hello to and thanking. That's what you do. Libations, or the other way around, like the offerings and libations, and then those people. I've seen it both ways. Hey Hestia, bye. Did I miss a step? Is that pretty much it?
I think you got everything.
Yeah. There you go. Just in case someone was asking that question.
That's I would say, formal way to do things.
That's the official format. Sorry. That's like
that's like the official formal format that you will find in a lot of rituals. But for daily prayer, like the other day before bed, I was just like, you know what?
Yeah, that's not.
I'm having like
that's a lot.
Yeah. It just like I was having a rough day, so I just like lit like half a stick of incense, put a little bit of water in a bowl, and like sat on the floor, looked up at my altar, and was like, so I'm having a bad day. Can we just talk about this? And it was nice. Like, especially because my patron is Dionysus. I feel like he's like very conversational in how you can approach him.
I could literally just see him sitting down and just like laying down next to you and be like, yeah, what's up?
And just being like, you know what? That is shitty. But we're gonna get through it.
What is this? I heard it somewhere. The world doesn't end, it just feels like it does.
Yes.
So what if you don't mention Hestia? I mean, honestly, I don't think she get mad. Like, she doesn't seem to get mad type. And frankly, I feel like Hestia just gets like the first and the last. It's kind of like saying hi to your great aunt when you come to the family dinner, right? Like that person, right? Or your grandma. That's mean. I'm sorry, Hestia. You're not a grandma. But like, you know what I mean? She was born first and last. Like, she had the hardest job of all. She got eaten first. And then she got, like, either, did he throw up? Yeah, right? He, like,
bleh, right? Threw up.
And then she got thrown up last. Like, poor thing. Yeesh. So she had the longest time there, in Kronos' stomach. So I feel like it's like a, thanks for suffering that.
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
It's like an acknowledgement.
I don't think.
Like, yes, she is the hard protector of the home, but like, she's kind of a badass too when you think about it. Like, with everything she went through and everything. Yeah.
That's a good question. That's a good note about that. So, I don't have a great connection with Zeus. I have been told he is aware of my existence. But, like, I feel nothing from this guy. I get nothing back. And I still do it to do the ritual, like even the libation. But if we're including him in something, it's kind of like a high. Again, you don't have to, because neither of us. Sorry, hold on. God damn it. Neither of us There we go. I feel like I'm doing too many finger guns here. This is not better. I love it. You're friend. Do you like the two finger? She's not even
like awkward bisexual finger guns. I'm not.
Awkward bisexual.
I would be giggling. If I was high, I would be giggling nonstop. I swear to y'all.
But anyway, neither of us are reconstructionists. So, I mean, look, if you want to, you can go, hey, Big Bub, thanks for the grub, and fully Timon it up. Somebody please get that reference. And
you're showing your age. Oh, sorry, this way. You're showing your age.
You think that's bad? My little brother I don't even remember what it was he was saying yesterday. It was from an old song, and I was like, are you memeing my childhood? And he gets up and he gets out of his and goes, yes, I am. And I was like, fuck you.
That's savage.
It is savage. But yeah, if you're not heavy into structure or recon, it's your practice with your relationship with your gods. No one's gonna kick down your door and be like, you can't play like that.
Like I know I have a small shrine to Hestia. Yeah, that's breaking and entering. I have a small shrine to Hestia in my kitchen. And it's super basic, but it's there. And when I'm cooking, I have a gas stove, so that kind of helps because there's an actual flame there. But I'll just be like, yo, Hestia, can you help me make sure I don't burn this food? Thanks. And I think that's fine. There are so many deities out there.
We have the joy of picking who we work with.
Yeah, there are so many, not including the local nature spirits that you can. It's impossible to worship them all. Pantheon. Yeah, it's impossible to worship everyone. So pick a few that you feel close to. I mean, go for it. Different deity every day of the year. That still might not get them all. Yeah.
I was actually listening to who was I listening to the other day? Let me see here. My podcast. It was the Hellenist one that I think somebody in the server recommended.
The podcast?
Yeah, the podcast. Different deity every week of your life. I mean, that'd be cool. You get to know a lot of people. Which one was it? It was the Hellenist
one. Real quick. I'm gonna search for it real quick.
Yeah.
Search for podcast.
Hellenic Polytheism 101. There it is.
There we go.
Why am I following this and it didn't show up in my thing? Anyway, so I was listening to a bunch of those on my trip up to Fresno, and we're talking. One of the episodes that I listened to was about the gods, and they basically said that there's too many because there's a lot of demigods and heroes and
ancestors, local spirits, nature spirits.
I don't like my relatives.
There's a lot you could pray to and you could connect to. It's about who you actually connect to rather than hitting everyone. If you're in a formal situation, honor Hestia. Honor who you need to in a formal setting and all that fun stuff. For Zeus, I will connect with Zeus. Literally, when it snows or it rains, I'm just yo, Zeus, thanks for being awesome. And I don't get anything from him, but it's at least an acknowledgement that he's probably like, oh yeah, she's out there. It's fine. Dio, you got her? Okay, that one's yours. She's the weirdo.
Yep.
You know? Like, I think that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Some people may not agree with that, but they can shove it.
Again, your personal practice.
Exactly.
Okay, so we have, do you have travel altars and shrines? So what do you suggest putting in one now? Wait, did my comment just showed up on the YouTube thing?
That's funny.
That shows the lag on that one.
That does.
So do we have travel altars and shrines? This is another thing that Victoria might need an accountability partner for, because he keeps saying I'm going to do it and I keep not doing it. Sorry, guys. I have two. One's a template for the ones I want to put up on the Hellenic Herald Etsy, and the other one was one I made in 2019 when I was traveling around. Do you have any travel altar? Well, you travel between two places, don't you, B?
Yeah, so I have done a lot of road trips in my life. I did. I showed one. And that was like a bowl, a mug from my aunt's place, because that's where I was from when I showed it. I used a bandana because I wear a lot of bandanas. So, like, that was my altar cloth, just to, like, keep things clean.
And yet we've never seen you in one.
I know. I don't wear them at home. Like, I wear them when I go out, but not at home. Plus, like, it would get in the way. But,
oof, that's a big one.
That is a big one.
Let's finish this question first.
Yes, finish this one. And I threw my offerings in there. I had some crystals, which I used because I find they're more portable than like cards or something. I did have cards with me on that trip, but I used crystals because, one, they're easy to find. I picked up a lot of them on that trip. Two, they're small enough that you can pack relatively easily, especially if you get like the small, like tumbled pieces, because usually you find them for like $1 to $5, I would say, depending on what kind of crystal it is. You can find them really cheap. So I like to do that. Some people like to do cards. That's what I did. But like using what you have around you, perfectly acceptable. It's not about the physical items necessarily. It's about the intent behind it.
Yeah. I was going to add that there's a couple of things that I would say are pretty commonly included. A candle, something like matches if you want to use matches. I put, you know what? I haven't opened mine in so long. Let me just turn around and get it and we'll see what's in it.
I know a lot of people like to use like the electric tea lights because then they're not having to worry about fire wherever they are. That is an option. Though. They are taller.
They are so taller. This is mine. It fits in this. It fits in an alto tin, which is the kind of altar that I'm hoping to be making. This is an actual alto tin, but the ones I have are just the plain. So let's see. Oh, I mean, here you go. So I have. This is what it looks like. It has a little tea light in it. It has some little bits of sage. I have, looks like some rose petals in here.
Ooh.
Let's see, rose petals. Come here. Oh, there you go. Little other bits of sage that I wouldn't be able to hold. So there is in here for just like that for offering. This is the offering container that I had. I've got some bay leaves.
Oh, okay. Yeah, talking about lighters. These things are my favorite lighters ever around the house because they're not huge, but like they have a little bit of
Those
a
stem. Those are great.
And I get them in a pack at BJ's, and like if you can find these, I like these. I also have trouble with the little handheld ones that you have to like do the wheel on.
This one. Both. I will also say, as someone who is now dealing with the thumb issues, neither of those are great for me. So I want, which brings me to this. Oh yes,
yeah. Yeah.
I love that it worked the first time. I don't have a candle. Here you go, Hestia. We love you. But yeah, and I just threw matches in it. I agree. I will burn myself a bunch of times, and for fire safety.
So,
I also have salt in here.
Ooh, yeah, salt's a great one.
Yeah, salt chunks.
Very funny side story. I'm a band person. For marching band, I played things like the xylophone, marimba, stuff like that. And you have to restring the instruments every once in a while because you hit them so much the yarn wears out. Like, it's basically a paracord that you string it with. So I was restringing it, and so that it doesn't fray on the end, you burn it, right? Well, I had a lighter with me.
Oh my god.
I had one of the little, like, small ones that are, like, real close to your hand, and I could not get it to work. And one of my friends who, he was like, Brianna, you know how to get around this, right? I was like, no, I cannot do it, because it had, like, the little safety lock on the right. He literally just popped his pocket knife out, popped off the little, like, middle wheel, like, there's a thing in the middle of the wheel. He popped that off and was like, here you go. And I went, this is why I'm friends with the stoner. And it was fine. So that's a handy trick, but I do not like having my thumb close to the thing as well, which is why I like that this has a stem, because it's not that close. And I can get into, like, candles and stuff, which is mainly what I use lighters for. But that's an option. You're still muted.
Yes. I also have a ton of lighters and matches now, and I was like, yeah, stoner boyfriends.
Yep.
Well, I don't stoner friends. It has not waned my fear of my fear of burning myself. I'm not really afraid of fire, so. So let's see. I guess that's on that one. Boop. I copied the question that was asked by Star Melody Elizabeth. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for your question. We do have some questions that we have, and y'all are gonna be so mad at me. I'm just gonna tell you guys. I always forget what folkism is. I watched Alakai's entire thing on it.
Don't worry, I got you. I
literally just went and Googled it again, and I went, I feel like that's not the right answer to that question.
So, in short, just brief overview. Folkism is a movement where people see something as, like, an ethnic movement, and it's an ethnic thing. So
I thought that's what it was, but I didn't want to be dumb.
Yeah. So in terms of Hellenic polytheism, it is that people from Greece, mind you, they are thinking of the modern borders of Greece, not the ancient borders, the modern borders, and they're thinking of the blood lineage as saying, it's our ethnic religion, this is what we should be practicing in modern Greece, not Greek Orthodoxy. And if you do not have this blood, you are welcome to worship the gods, but you might not be seen as having as much of a prominent voice as those who are ethnically tied to the religion, which is a very big can of worms to open. I'm happy to open it, but it's a very big one, and we have to approach it cautiously.
Yeah, I do know that one. I thought as much, but I wasn't 100% sure because, as we know, I forget things a lot, as we established last.
That's why you have me.
I know. It was so funny because up on the way to Fresno, I was literally voice to texting B because I was listening to the Hellenic Polytheist 101 podcast episodes, and I was like, I think I realized what the reason in the process, because I switched to that because I was originally listening to the Iliad again. And I think it was like the third time that I listened to it. And I told B, I was like, the reason that I switched to this, and I think the reason why I keep forgetting things, is because I'm a visual learner, not an auditory one. And I've listened to most of the big, long things. And so it's probably why I won't stay in my head. And that's probably why it takes me so long. The book club is paced pretty much at my pace, guys, and we do like 6 pages a week. Like, that's it.
But it's plenty. I promise it is plenty.
It is really dense, but I don't know that I could read more quantity necessarily. Even though like denseness versus, not dense, like, because we're reading an academic text right now, right? It's academic.
Yeah, it's academic.
I'm not a fast learner. Yes, exactly why I have books. It's just, yeah. No worries. Well, the notes are, just a little note here about book club. The notes are available forever from us chatting and things that we found interesting. It's marked with sections and page numbers. And some of the book club we're streaming because other ones I forgot to do that. Yeah. And exactly. It's there's so much to learn. So I do think that we should, on the note of the complexity of that subject and to give it its due credence, perhaps leave that for another episode.
I will say,
and also again, Alakai did like a whole hour or something on that. So if you're gonna want to watch that,
Alakai has a great video on it. But I will say, don't be scared, because the ancient Greek borders stretched far vaster than modern Greece. It is not an ethnic religion.
It's true.
Like, I literally have a textbook, well, I have many, but one of the books I have is literally quoting a primary source about Greek music. And it was like, we could not have Greek music without Turkish music, Arabic music. And they're talking about all this different influence that goes into the Greek sound. So there's a lot of people in the ancient world that worshipped the Greek pantheon. So don't be scared by people that say it's an ethnic religion, because it's not. Historically, factually, academically, it was never, ever, ever an ethnic religion. It was never tied to blood. It was tied to connection to the gods. Obviously, there was some like political things in there, but mostly it boils down to, it wasn't based on your bloodline or where you lived. It was based on, did you believe in it? And people around the Mediterranean were exposed to the pantheon because that's where it was based in. But it wasn't tied to a bloodline.
So, and this is also a really good point by a Most Sovereign Lady, that prior to Christianity, Hellenism was one of the largest world religions. So, that.
They shared a lot. Like, there's a lot of syncretism, so like sharing between pantheons in the ancient world, because it just happened.
Dio didn't originally start with the Greeks either.
No.
As we learned in book club.
Yeah.
So, there's that too. That, it was a form of Hellenism, exactly. And also, thank goodness I didn't. I'm so itchy, you guys. I must have eaten something I'm allergic to. Fortunately for me, I didn't end up wandering into anything like a closed religion, because that's a thing, and that's a whole different thing. Because I have, in general, the opinion of, who are we as mortals to dictate whom the gods choose? So that's just kind of like a general, not going into specifics, opinion. And as far as books, I purchase a lot from like local thrift bookstores, used bookstores, and if you want, one of our partnered servers, EI, they have a digital bookstore, which I'm not entirely sure 100% how it works, but I know that there's a digital catalog of the books, and then you contact the librarian, and I think they send you the physical book or give you access to the digital file. I'm not sure how. So there's that, and then also on the HellenichHerald.com, we have our resource sections a lot. We have quite a few books in there, digital versions of books. And I also use thriftbox.com, I think Abe Books, or like a bunch of those sites. So, because reuse and recycle. Okay, so we will come back to folkism another day to give it its due credence and credit.
Yes.
Whatever. We do have another one from the original list.
We do.
Hold on. Where's my book? Hold on. Eek. Like this, Nathan? So many tabs.
I'm about to expose myself real quick, but let's see.
It's not that kind of stream,
You mean like all of those?
She says, showing the candle right next to the pile of books.
Hey, there's enough space. And it's low in the thingy, so the flame is not exposed. Those are almost all academic books.
Yay! And congrats and good luck to Bia from all of us, of course, for going after your master's, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm almost done. I graduate the day before my birthday. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
What a celebration.
I know, right?
All right. Speaking of celebrations, how do you go about celebrating festivals that do not have a lot of information on them? I think the short version is we make up shit.
There's a few different ways to go about it. Some people would be like, okay, we knew it was to this deity, so I'm just going to do like a general honoring to them, maybe like a few more devotional activities or prayers than I would normally do for them. Sometimes it's like we know a few things, so there's ways to adapt to modern things, like especially with animal sacrifices, you can do like, a little food cookie that looks like the animal or something.
She stole my idea.
I did not.
I know. I've mentioned it before.
You have. Or like, a cake in the shape of an animal, or like decorated as that animal. You could do something like that. But we can't fully rebuild a festival, so.
Yeah, we can't fully rebuild it. And we can also, one of the things I do is I think about who and why. Like, who is this for and why? Because that can give you, I think, a good starting point if you don't have, beyond what you find, because based on which deity it is, you can be like, okay, well, like these are like symbols for them, and these are things that are like associated with them, and like what they would like, and like depending on what it's about, like there's a festival that's for Persephone going to the underworld to be with Hades, and so one of the people I believe that was honored last year when we did something for that was Demeter. And if all you knew was that premise, that one sentence, this festival, blah, blah name is to honor Persephone as she goes to the underworld to be with Hades or whatever. Then from that, you can be like, okay, like Persephone's going to be super happy if you, depending on your understanding or belief on the relationship between her and Hades, or not, if you think that she doesn't want to be there. Hades is going to be happy. Demeter's going to be kind of upset, right? Zeus is going to be like, oh, again, we're dealing with this, right? It's happened the first year, and it's happened ever since. Demeter comes all mad, whatever, right? And then you can that being said, we have plenty of holidays. So many.
We have so many. One thing I like to do is I am very much a nature hippie person. I don't look like it right now, but I'm a hippie. I like to honor
with the braids. I didn't think at all.
With the Yellowstone sweatshirt.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's Yellowstone.
Yeah, Yellowstone.
Fun fact: I think Grand Teton National Park is better. Yeah, we will. But for me, what I like to do is like the equinoxes I devote to like Persephone and Hades and Demeter because they align with spring and winter, like coming up, going below. And I like the solstices. The winter solstice is one of rebirths. You can take it many different ways. I tend to honor Dionysus because of the story of him being like torn apart and put back together as a form of rebirth. I like to do that. And for the summer solstice, because it is literally the longest day of the year, like all of the solar deities just like boop, 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 boop.
Yes.
But that's mainly to Helios and Apollon. So that's what I do as my like 4 big ones, because those are pretty common like nature-oriented events that you can find celebrated in a lot of cultures. It happened every year like clockwork. So I do those 4 to start with, and if I hit anything else along the way, cool. If not, I at least hit those 4, and I'm happy for the year for like festivals.
Yeah. We have a lot of festivals, so like don't feel bad if you can't get to all of them.
You can find a festival for literally every day of the year, depending on era, place. Like you can find multiple festivals per day. A lot of people go with the Attic calendar, which is from Athens, because it's the most complete calendar we have. But you don't have to. That's just one way of practicing. So.
Yeah, and a sovereign lady is a good point, and that I'm going to bring it back. That religion isn't static. And I think I say this. Look, if we can grow and evolve as humans in our tiny lifetime, you think the gods haven't, or that they wouldn't accept that like we don't, on the reg, just the average person going and, or I guess the average person wouldn't do it, but like whatever, slaughtering animals just for that, we changed. So I mean, it makes sense that our practices would too. And I agree that we should make our own, and our more modern ones. And I am starting to save the rituals that we do, so you guys know that. Yay! I had this great idea, and I'll stop saying my ideas because said people are going to hold them to them. This one's a big one. So, and then there's Nathan was saying that they do the general things for the deities if there's not enough information. Yeah, exactly. And then cooking a nice meal. And exactly following some traditions that we do know about. And even then, like we're modernizing it. We're doing the Bacchae in Minecraft. Is it a play? Yes, but it's in Minecraft. Like, I mean, talk about modernization.
Yeah.
And Vondi DIY. We do have kind of ones for the 12 Olympians.
Fact. Okay, fun fact about this from academia. So the concept of the 12 Olympians is actually more of a modern conception. Each town, each family had their own micro pantheon within the larger pantheon. So like some towns would be like, yeah, Athena's really important to us. Athens. Some would be like, okay, she's there, but like we don't need to worship her every freaking day, So and every family had their own thing. Like usually there'd be one for like the family trade, if that was a thing, agriculture.
Like if you were a blacksmith, right? Then you gotta have Festus. If you did crops, it was Demeter.
So really, the 12 Olympians is a very modern concept. People will debate you on how many Olympians there are, because technically you're still muted. You were muted for all of that.
God damn it! I thought I muted it. I thought I unmuted it. I was just thinking to myself that like, yeah, technically, there's 13, which means that I didn't have it muted when I was pouring my tea. I'm sorry, guys. I tried to mute. I was like, I'm just gonna mute myself and let B talk because, like, you're the expert.
So yeah, go ahead and pull that one up, please. Wait, that way. It's that way for us. Yeah.
You know him better as Alexandro's dad.
Yeah. So.
Oh, sorry. Hold on.
One back.
Yep. There we go.
There you go. So it's a fairly modern thing. So you can create your own like set of most important deities to you. And that is historically validated. So,
yes, and
do with that what you will.
Yes. And like we said, there's like a structure to being honoring the way people did rituals way back when. And yeah, so I'm gonna be saving those. And actually the rituals that we do, which worked the first few times, but now apparently I think I'm just gonna have to record the ones with that we do with the Southern California Hellenic polytheists. I might have to just record them. So
please do.
Yeah, there's just a little bit of a. I don't know how I'm going to store that. I'm trying to figure out how to do it. I might just have to take several clips and clip it together. Just I don't know. And give you guys the clip show, and then we can have our own on here ourselves, for people to come and hang out. But we're gonna start. We're starting to keep them so that we can do that. I'm gonna copy this one, Nathan. Although, do you want to do that, or do you want to talk about that when we talk about the calendar later on? I mean, I guess it's a quick answer, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a quick answer.
Okay, my answer is yes. I do.
For me, it's a yes. There are some I celebrate out of
I think we actually did talk about this.
I think we did. I don't really celebrate Valentine's Day. I am always single for Valentine's Day. I am the singlest of Pringles. So I do not. That's a me thing. I use it as like a self-love day, and that's me. Christmas, I do. My family has Christmas things. I celebrate the winter solstice as like my thing, and kind of Christmas is a secular thing now for my family. For them, it's religious. For me, it's secular, and they know that. But like, it is what it is. I love Halloween, so I celebrate Halloween. I love dressing up. Like, of course, I'm gonna do it. Thanksgiving, unpopular opinion. I freaking hate Thanksgiving. Like,
I don't think that's unpopular anymore.
All of the like Columbus and everything, all of that aside, literally just the big meal, I always got stuck with like 2 hours of dishes of like greasy pants and everything from like the turkey and everything. And one day I just put my foot down and was like, I fucking hate this holiday. I always get stuck with the dishes because literally one person in the family doesn't want Chinese food. Guess what? Next year it's gonna be Chinese food because I'm not cleaning it. And my mom was like, okay, I get it.
I had the big family dinners, and we were a dining room table family. So there was very rarely, usually like on the weekends, it was a TV dinner family. Like when I say TV dinner, I mean dinner in front of the TV. Not necessarily TV dinner. So for me, giving up Thanksgiving is hard. I'm going to say that. However, we can still celebrate the good bits and acknowledge the shitty bits, right? And we actually did that this past Thanksgiving because we're going to get heavy here, guys, for like a minute, okay? My grandma's like 90 some odd. She gonna die soon. It's fine. She's 90 something. And she still walks around and dresses herself. She has lived a good life. And a good portion of that life, she was a kept lady. In the most respectable of ways. I mean, it doesn't matter. But she's a stay-at-home mom, is what I mean. Even before she was a mom. So no worries. B's gotta grab something. So I basically told my family, I was like, look, this might be the last Thanksgiving or holiday season we have with her. And I'll be fucking damned if it's not a good one. She missed out on a lot of I can't get my sides. She missed out on a bunch of the holidays when we were in a different state because it was really hard for her to travel like an hour for us. But we would go see her afterwards. And so she had a lot of Thanksgivings that were alone. And when we moved to California, she had a lot of Thanksgivings that were alone too. She went to people's houses, but I would send her sometimes pizza and call her on Thanksgiving. But it was she has this valuable time with us, and I was like, we're gonna do something with it. So we did that, and at the dinner table, I wish I had gotten to it first, to be honest. I was gonna do it, but my little brother beat me to it, and was like, I'm gonna make a toast and honor the indigenous people who have died ages ago because of all of this awfulness. And I was like, I had a whole prayer and everything, dude. Like, I had a whole thing. But I was like, he's right. And there's my grandma. What? Like, she barely knows American history at all. So, like, I wasn't even gonna. My little brother started explaining to her, and I was like, this is her third language. And she, like, just let her have it. Just let her have it, okay? Like, you're not gonna explain entire American history in a dinner time. But we did. We all the rest of us who followed him on that train, in the language that in language that most of us spoke as our primary language, were like, yeah, that shit sucks. Fuck that. Except for like one person, but anyway, there are red hats in my family. What can I say? Come on,
Same.
Focus. There we go. I also don't. I mean, I celebrate Christmas. I love Christmas, you guys. It's hard for me to stop calling it Christmas, but we do say Lo Saturnalia, and it's on all my Christmas cards, and also the solstice as well. I was married on the solstice, so it's kind of a thing. I don't see that there's a problem with celebrating other holidays, even if they're, religious holidays of other. Look, I went to what's Halloween called?
Samhain.
Yeah, I went to plenty of Samhain festivals or rituals. I did not like that. I was scared, but as someone who believes the ghost of her grandfather was with her for many a year after he died, it was very scary for me. But I've gone to many festivals that weren't of my religion, as I think many of us have, who are Hellenists or pagans or polytheists now. If you like it and it jives with you, you do you, boo. So
yeah, like
I think a lot of people do too.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the ones that didn't come from that.
Mm-hmm. Christmas for me, like my family knows, it is a secular day for me. Like I partake in the gift giving and the traditions of it and making.
Yeah, let's be honest. Like
Christmas is so secularized for most of us, but like for my family, the most like religious I got was like saying a prayer before dinner, which was very unusual in my family. And like, but now instead of saying something out loud, like they might still say something out loud, but like they don't expect me to be like amen afterwards, They just expect me to sit there in silence.
I nipped that in the butt. I haven't gotten there yet hard.
Because usually we're with my grandparents, and like my grandparents don't know yet. I'm not trying to give them any heart attacks. So
Easter. Yeah, I still do Easter.
Yeah.
And there's also it's a thing. Hold on, I gotta say this though. Because I gotta tell this story because it's like awesome. So one of the years after I started sending out Christmas cards saying "Joyous Saturnalia," my family had a Christmas dinner or something. Maybe it was Thanksgiving. It was a holiday, okay? And it's funny because they also didn't used to do this. They started doing it later, and of doing the prayers around dinner for like the holiday dinner. Not that we didn't have dinners before that we invited, because we used to do big dinners and we would invite the neighbors and be like, just bring whatever special dish that you were going to make for your own dinner, bring that to ours and we'll just take care of the big things and like, whatever, bring 1 or 2 things or bring, the drinks or whatever. So it wasn't something that my family did unless someone specific, because I do remember the year that we had some neighbors over and the mother was like, oh, we're going to say prayer. And my mom was like, yes. And we were all like, what? So when it happened over here recently, once I came out as pagan, as Hellenist, they did the prayer. And then I was like, my turn. And they were like, I have never seen my mother so red. And what are they going to say? You can't, I mean, they did say something, but I was like, well, you said your prayer to your gods. I thought it was fair game. It was, my little brother enjoyed that very much.
Oh, I
so, that doesn't happen now. I mean, I still don't go over for the I went over for this Christmas. This Thanksgiving that just happened with my grandma and everything. We did not do that. And my grandma doesn't care about that. Like, she's like, whatever. Like, she literally could not wait for everyone to sit down before she started eating. She was like, I'm here for this food. I'm here for, the holiday shit. Like, she didn't care. So I do still do Easter also because of a similar thing. That's one of the few holidays left in my family that they actually do something for. And there's a very particular type of cake. It's called baska. It's kind of like Armenian or Iranian fruit cake, or I think a few cultures do it. And I last year learned how to make it so that I could bring it to my grandmother. And it wasn't shit. That was the part. That was the important part. So that's also why I do Easter still. It's not a religious holiday to me either, and I think a lot of these holidays got secularized. So I should show the comment I'm replying to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let me see here. Is there? I'm gonna catch up on the comments if you have comments on the comments, B.
Let's see. I'm going back.
Oh, I'm so sorry, most sovereign lady.
I know.
Oh, I'm so sorry. That's so unfair. Oh, that's a good reply, though. That is a good reply, though. Exactly, to their confusion.
See.
Oh, well, I will say this one. My brother came out as atheist first, Nathan. And which was super fun for me because I was like, not the first. Because the first one always gets the most shit. So
yeah,
but it's hard. We did a whole thing on that.
We did. My cousin Scott was the first atheist in the family, as far as I know, and he's a riot. I freaking love him. But he is closer to my mom's age, so he's closer to 50. So I've had a lot of time, and like anyone who knows me, I'm not 20
years away from that at all.
Like, there's been enough time for people to digest, oh, he's atheist, and that's fine. A lot of my extended family doesn't know because it just hasn't come up. A lot of my family, like my Aunt Pat, they got more religious when they moved from New Jersey to West Virginia, oddly enough. I think it's just small town West Virginia, like you go to church on Sunday because it's West Virginia. What else is there to do? And they got more religious, but
that's kind of
it. But she's like, you are who you are, and we love you. I might not understand it. That is like the best case scenario. Best case scenario. But
sorry. Y'all want to see my paska?
Make it.
I'll share the recipe I made with you guys. Like, it's public.
Please
I just got it off the internet. You have to realize Side note, there's a recipe book. It's actually in the trunk of my car right now. Ooh. Because my mother was upset about me moving out, so she wouldn't give it to me. To which I went, fine, fuck you. I'll make my own recipe. And my mom even asked me, she goes, what recipe did you use? And I was like, not the one in the book, because you didn't give it to me. And my grandma was like, this was very good. And I was like, damn straight it is. I actually made a Christian version. I made 3 little ones instead of one big one. And one of those was a Christian version with a cross for my grandma. And then the other 2 weren't. Because of that. I don't even know where that picture is. Anytime mom asks, yeah, it's a great, yeah. You don't have to, don't feel pressure to tell your family if you don't want to, and you don't have to go do things. I was reading that. Oh, I mean, yes, I'm sorry about your dad though. So, but yeah, if there's an atheist in your family, or if there's someone of not the same religion, I feel like it gets easier.
It does.
And also Nathan mentioned about keeping Mum's the word until you moved out. So was it Nathan? Nathan said that? Anyway, but that's also a really good idea too. You want... I haven't had dinner, which is why I'm munching on carrots. Do you want to kind of wrap up while I find a picture of Bosca to share with you guys? Sure. And then we can start on that second chunk of questions next time, because I don't want to start another... Right? Logistically for us, it gets difficult. So I'm going to...
I think we covered a good amount of questions.
We did. I should probably unpin the other ones, but we'll be fine.
Yeah.
I'm going to find you guys a picture of some Bosca.
Please do.
Well, it wasn't it? I don't think it was in 2020. Couldn't have been. The answer is no, it wasn't.
So are there any other questions that you guys would like to ask tonight?
Yeah,
like quicker questions. Yeah, it gets easier, especially once you move out of the house. Aww.
How goes the day? Yeah, same. I'm tired.
I've had a day. Let's say that. But I will say, this stream, like, it is a midweek, like, very much needed now. Like, I look forward to it midweek because I drag, and like, we do have a Discord.
Oh my gosh, we do. Can you someone do !Discord?
There we go.
So good.
Yeah,
you guys are awesome.
Oh, we got it twice in the chat. Love
and
that.
That's where we do the weekly intention and the Delphic Maxim discussions.
Have lots of fun.
You guys don't know where the stupid picture is.
Please do. When you enter the Discord server, we have to give you the member role. So just like do an introduction. So like, just a heads up, you will see a lot less that is actually there until you get the member role. So just give an introduction, be like, hey, I was on the Twitch stream, blah, 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 blah. You can totally be part of the Lurk Gang. It's just so that we know you're not a bot that's going to like spam and do weird things in the server.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, wait, did I find it? No. It's weird because I don't have an Easter folder, and I'm like, it couldn't have been further back than 2019.
That's so weird.
I mean, maybe it was, but I don't think so.
Who knows?
No, I can't find it, guys. Sorry. I'll find you guys a cool picture. I can't believe it. I know I took pictures of it. I'll have to find it and I'll post it in the Discord server.
Please do. Yeah, Lurk Gang is totally fine. I've been having a rough week, so I've been part of the Lurk Gang most of this week, but like that's fine.
I will say it was a lot easier for me when we first started to be on like every day and like chatting with everyone, and now I'm like, I have no time for this. I feel I'm also trying to do a little bit more self-education because I feel like at this juncture, people started private messaging me asking me some of these questions, and I was like, I mean, I'll give you my answer, but I don't feel like I'm extra special qualified than anybody else. Because I know we have at least one other person who's getting their master's in our server, which is Titty, our wonderful one of our mods, and fingers crossed she'll come back one day and do our Hellenic Hellenic Tarot 101. But we're trying to start another Tarot 101.
Yeah.
But yeah, feel free to lurk around, and you don't have to be a chatty Cathy.
No.
You can just post memes. We have 2 channels for memes, so
we do.
I did think about paring it down to 1 at one point, but it was no. We there's too many memes. Yeah,
we need to.
I'll never have a piece of paper. We know how smart you are, sovereign lady. So
a piece of paper is something I need in my field to get work. So that's why I'm getting the fancy piece of paper. It does help with that. I'm going for hopefully adjunct professorships. Hopefully.
You know, I'm done when I thought piece of paper, and I literally thought like a piece of paper first until it didn't click with me until you started talking.
The fancy piece of paper. The fancy piece of paper.
Yeah, the one that the expensive one.
Anything other than math, do not tag me in math. I am getting my master's in music. That is what I'm most knowledgeable in. I hate math. And like there is a whole like sect of math that arose out of like the world wars that was like math in music, yeah, and I freaking hate it. It's awful. You have to use the clock face if you suck at math, because that is the only way to count shit, and I used the clock face in 2 classes on this shit. Math is awful. Math is awful.
You know what was weird? I was really, and I'm still pretty good at finding X and stuff like that. I was like really good at, and I was in advanced math for most of my academic career. It's not really career. That's terrible. Why do they call it that? Anyway,
blame Pythagoras on that.
Oh, really?
I saw music is mathematics, and there was blame Pythagoras for that. Full stop. It is his fault. And I don't hate his guts like I hate Mendelssohn and Bach, but I dislike him more than normal because of that. Sorry. I have strong feelings about music.
One would hope so. You've paid so much money.
Really have.
Like one would hope so. My company is supposed to teach kids about financial education, and I think we do a good job. Let me phrase that. I made products that teach kids about money, and I can't do math. Like, let me hold on. I gotta rephrase that. Not that I can't do math. I choose not to. Because y'all no, not all y'all do remember. Actually, some of y'all remember when the teachers were like, "You want to have the calculator in your pocket?" Now we fucking do, bitch. Now who's laughing? We do.
You know, okay, do you know how many times I've been out of the restaurant with like friends, like in college, and people pull out their phone to figure out the tip? Do you know how many times that's happened? All the time. And like
that depends on my mood, though.
Yeah, usually I just like, my mom taught me a trick because she was a waitress, and she's like, if you do this, you'll be in the right ballpark. I'm like, sweet. But it's like when people are like, we're gonna split it, and like, ugh, I hate when people split it.
Food jokes, yes. I do 10% plus half of that, so it ends up being like 15%.
Yeah,
that's how I do it. That being said, I used to actually carry a tip card with me. those existed at one point. And sometimes if I feel particularly brain useless, I will get my phone out because I don't carry the tip card anymore. But I will get it. Yeah, exactly. 10 and 30 depending on the server. Also depending on the bill sometimes. Sorry. But yeah, it. And I mean, oh, thank you. It's really amazing. I mean, B, you grew up with it too. Obviously, Sovereign Lady did, but it's really amazing watching things just come in and out of existence. It's kind of.
I do not remember tip cards. I was probably not old enough to remember. I'm sure they were around when I was alive, but I don't remember.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they weren't even. I don't think they got very popular either. Like they were. So. But yeah. So we are gonna get on because I'm like starving today, and I need to go get food.
Please go get food.
And we're at a good resting point. So thank you guys for joining us.
Yes, thank you.
To pop on and I promise I'll try to find that picture of the Bosca and share the recipe and the picture on the server. So thanks so much. And B, I'm gonna catch you for like 5 more minutes so we can plan out the next few weeks, right?
Yes.
Okay, thanks guys. Make sure if you could pop on to the YouTube and just give the video a like, because that really helps with the algorithm to help other pagans or polytheists or Hellenists find us. So thank you guys, and may the gods bless you for the rest of the week. And after that too, but we're talking about
what we mean.